Good morning, everybody. This is Brian here, and if you're looking for a RAV4 or just a regular 4 to 5 seater SUV that's going to be great on gas and pretty fast, then this video is for you. Today we're going to dive deep on the 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE. The RAV4 Prime, it's been with us for a couple years now. Prime means that it's a hybrid RAV4 with a faster onboard charger. It has a 6.6 kilowatt charger that you can plug in to a regular house plug, and you can charge this vehicle in under 3 hours. But if you choose not to plug it in, you don't have to. It's very convenient and will act as a regular hybrid RAV4, and your EPA will be somewhere around 40 to 42 miles per gallon. But it's not just the fuel efficiency that separates the RAV4 Prime from a regular RAV4 hybrid. There's actually a lot going on here. This RAV4 is upgraded in many ways compared to the regular RAV4 hybrid. The exterior, the interior, and the powertrain are all much different than the regular run-of-the-mill RAV4. Starting in the front of the car, one of my favorite places to start. On the RAV4 Prime, one of the signifying features are these vertical LED bars that you have where the fog lights would live. And of course, there's black plastic in the headlight. LED lights are standard on all RAV4s now. And with this black plastic, you have this nice LED bar setup that plays very nice for that sporty look. Moving out, another thing that I notice here that really signifies the RAV4 Prime is the silver lip in the front. So on all RAV4 Primes, you're gonna get the silver lip, no matter what your exterior paint color is, and a piano black gloss finish on the bottom of the bumper and even on the grille. Now the piano black, shiny black here is going to be a lot different than that matte black you get on most RAV4s. When you scale out and look at the exterior, you're going to see that piano black theme going all around this car. That's going to give it that classy, sporty, shiny edge that really plays nice with the sun. And it really plays nice with the black gloss and machine finish wheels. I nicknamed these wheels the battle axes because they look like 5 battle axes kind of chopping away while you drive, but hidden in between those spokes are little individual, looks like little tuning forks in gloss black. Very nice wheels, and when we step back, it plays very nice with the overall theme of the car. Speaking of the theme of the car, as we walk by slowly, you'll also notice that the roof of the car is all blacked out, and the mirrors are black on the XSE. If you were to buy a Prime SE, everything would be body matching, but you really get that nice black two-tone finish on every single XSE. But of course, this silver paint is really showing off the sun this morning very nicely. The body lines over here are really chopping away. And this is not new. These are the body lines that you see on any RAV4. Speaking back to black, I really personally enjoy this black that they're doing on the taillights, and on the XSE it plays very nicely with the black plastic here and the black lip in the back. Besides the black badges, which most of the RAV4s come with now, on the rear bumper we're seeing the same theme, all blacked out. And on this car we have dual exhaust. So yes, dual exhaust on a hybrid. Really cool. Let me give you a peek underneath. And here's a quick look at the silver in indirect light. The silver adds a nice pop to that black finish. With the simple push of a button just right of center underneath that back emblem, the hatchback opens up electronically, which is height adjustable, by the way, and you're greeted with 33 cubic feet of space. The RAV4 often gets compliments for how much space it has in the back and how low the shelf is. So it's very easy to get things in the car. You don't have to really lift them up to put them in. You can just slide things into the back of the RAV4. And standard on the RAV4 Prime, of course, we see over here is the JBL subwoofer, part of that JBL sound system, and a privacy shade, which most of them are coming with from the factory. So that's really nice because it'll keep the sun out and the prying eyes. With the seats folded down, which is very easy to do by this little lever here, you can unlock 63 cubic feet of space in your RAV4. making you wonder if you have a RAV4 or a pickup truck. But before we talk about the way this thing drives, let's see if the rear passengers are even going to be comfortable while they sit in the back of the RAV4 Prime. When stepping into the rear of the RAV4 Prime, some people notice this vent over here. This vent is for the hybrid battery, so this is how the battery stays cool. So just a quick note for owners, don't block this with little stuffed animals and stuff. Give it some air to breathe and you'll have a really good result with your RAV4 Prime. But as far as being comfortable, let's step in. And just like any RAV4, the space is sufficient. I don't feel claustrophobic at all, and this passenger seat is back almost all the way. I still have a good 5 to 6 inches of space. My seat is reclined by that lever that you just saw, and the windows are very big, so I don't get that claustrophobic feeling. And even the corner window is nice and big too, so I can see all around me while I'm being driven around in the back of a RAV4 Prime. With the weather package on the RAV4 Prime, you're not only getting heated seats in the front, you have them in the rear as well. And of course, nothing new and innovative, but nice to see. Separate ventilation for the warm days or the cold days, so I don't have to have them blast the AC system in the front. The one-piece back floor mat is appreciated by many parents, grandparents, uncles, and aunts. These channels in the floor mats do a really good job trapping liquids. So if the little ones spill anything, they'll get stuck in these little cells and it won't be sloshing all around getting on the carpet of your RAV4 Prime. But enough about the kids. You're the one that bought the car, not them. Let's go on to the front and see what it's like being in the cockpit area. As a co-pilot, you're greeted with these nice red trimmed seats, which you see in the rear. Red stitching on the Softex, and let's get really close. A nice checker design which speaks to the sportiness, almost like race checkers, going down the middle of the seat. Now what's interesting about this seat is, it is Softex, but if you were to touch it, it feels like a fabric. So they did a really good job giving you the sensation of fabric, but keeping it Softex. So if things do spill on here, it's very easy to wipe them up. It is a manual seat for the passenger. And the door cards are typical of most RAV4s, but let's talk about them for a minute. Slightly soft material here on the top, but you can feel the hard base on the bottom. A very nice looking glittery silver plastic here, with a non-glittery silver handle, so we don't have those cheap looking all blacked out handles like you see on some of the base models. Hard plastic in the middle and the bottom, with almost enough storage on the bottom here, just enough for a bottle and a little clutch. Not a ton of storage. Would have been nice to see a little bit more, but this is what we've been getting with the RAV4 for a while. Let's hop in and see what it looks like. Nice view of the Solera. So the thing the RAV4 does really well is the visibility. Whether you're a passenger or a driver, it's very easy to see all around you. People really do enjoy that the mirror is not in the corner, it's on the door, so you can see through here more. And these silver lines that we've seen on the RAV4 for a while really do a good job guiding the eye to different parts of the car. I think the design is very nice on this vehicle. It's a very simple, modern look. They're designing the car so that anybody could get inside of it and use the features quickly and efficiently without a lot of guesswork. The glove box is a pretty good size. It can fit all the books and some more stuff. And there's a shelf over here like the RAV4's always had. Something I appreciate is on the inside of the handle here, there's a rubberized grip with some ribs, which makes it really easy to grab and get that door closed. And the door opens really far out, so it's easy to step in and out of the car. People of all heights enjoy the RAV4. The only thing that I would have liked to see standard would have been a height adjustment for the passenger. I think we're going to start seeing that in the future, but we have the recline and the slider. But speaking about comfort, let's drive into the driver's seat and talk about how it feels over there. And here's what it's like stepping into a brand new 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE. Real quick on the door card, same thing as the passenger side. We have the auto down and auto up windows all around with a little silver lip in the front. Nice little touch. The buttons still feel very high quality like they always have on the RAV4. For the adjustment on the driver's seat, lumbar seat, two-way, not four-way, only two. With the recliner, you can twist the seat as well. No lumbar extension like we see on the bigger vehicles, but still some pretty good adjustments. The seat is decently bolstered, which will hold you in during the turns. And of course, from a distance, the red stitching is just enough without looking try-hard. Now, if you're new to hybrid, you may not hear the engine when you first start it up, but you're gonna look for the green ready symbol. So by pushing the brake in the push starter, we get a little introduction here. And we can tell the car is on from the ready symbol down below. Let's get the AC on a little bit. The center armrest here, where the center console is decently soft. You got to push pretty hard to feel the plastic base. Storage is good with 2 USB plugs that light up at nighttime. As you've heard me state in other videos, I love the ergonomic feel of Toyota shifters. It's very easy to use and it fits a human being hand very nicely. I do suspect that Toyota is going to move on to those little Prius crown shifters on everything soon, but we're enjoying these while we have them. And another favorite is the nice thick leather wrapped steering wheel that you get, which is heated with that weather package. Also placed in a nice spot are the 2 different drive modes, Eco and Sport, and the 3rd drive mode, Normal, which are just pushed or turned. What's nice to see is when I put it into a different drive mode, I get a nice little animation here, signifying what personality I want the car to have. The parking brake is automatic, so it disengages for me, or it re-engages within a couple seconds. And the dual zone climate control is appreciated, being a actual button-based system instead of integrated into the screen like some of the competition. The 12.3-inch infotainment system is definitely refreshing and updated compared to what we've seen in the past. And all of the buttons on the steering wheel are on the front and very easy to operate, with climate control not being included on the steering wheel, but cruise control on the right with MID operations on the left. The radio screen, which we call the infotainment center, is a 10-inch screen, but it can be upgraded in size. Speaking of upgrades, there is an advanced technology package available for the car, which gives you cooled seats, a heads-up display, and some parking sensors with a panoramic moonroof, and some other goodies as well. Overhead, we have a nice black upholstery instead of gray, giving it a very sporty look, with the auto-dimming rearview mirror, sunroof operations, and standard safety connect, which is a recovery system from Toyota, good for 10 years or until the 4G network goes away. The regular size moonroof is nice, which opens up into the body, but if you splurge for the advanced tech package, like I mentioned, the panoramic roof will go all the way to the back with the glass opening over the body. Now, I mentioned this car drives a lot smoother and faster than your typical RAV4. Let's pop the hood and talk about the powertrain and take this for a short spin. Under the hood is the A25A FXS. It's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder attached to Toyota's CVT-E transmission, which works a lot differently than your typical CVT. So if you have some preconceived notions about CVTs, do some research and see how ours are different and more reliable. Now, if you're not familiar with hybrid, you can check out my Crash Course Hybrids video, which explains how they work, but a brief story. The car is going to typically try to turn the engine off as much as possible, specifically at low speeds, but with the Prime, you can actually go up to 84 miles per hour with the engine off, and you can have a range of 42 miles in all electric. The 0 to 60 is 5.7 seconds, which is very fast for an SUV this size and price. And speaking of price, sitting here without the advanced technology package, we're hovering just around the 50 mark before taxes. And this car is quick with tighter suspension and a faster powertrain. You will definitely enjoy driving around with your family or yourself in a RAV4 Prime XSE. With that said, let's take the RAV4 Prime for a quick spin. I'm going to go ahead and pop this into sport mode. Gonna give it some juice. Up to speed very quick. So with Toyota Safety Sense, standard is the lane departure alert with steering assist. The pre-collision system can sense pedestrians and cars. You can adjust the sensitivity to that. It also has proactive driving assist, which will slow you down during turns that you take a little too fast. And the adaptive cruise control, which will speed up and slow down for you. The automatic high beams work really nicely. It'll turn off when it senses cars. And overall, the car is doing a lot of work for you in the background. Now let's take a turn. And the visibility really is nice in the RAV4. Turns very nicely. Gets up to speed, and if I tune it down to eco mode, chills the car out and I can save some gas. The cabin is quiet, definitely a lot quieter than a gas model. The power is sheerly better than any other RAV4 you'll ever drive in. This is very impressive for what you're sitting in, and it's just smooth. It's a smooth, instant linear power that you don't experience. Even in a typical hybrid RAV4, you have to drive this to experience it. In my eyes, it's a no-brainer. If you don't want to swing the 50 for the XSE, consider looking at the SE, which is also a very powerful car and smooth. Let's bring it back home and wrap up the video. Well, there you have it, guys. We drove the 2024 Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE. We talked about some of the styling and efficiency upgrades over a regular hybrid and gas model. And then we went inside and talked about the cargo space and even broke down the drivetrain a little bit. I hope you liked this video. I tried to keep it relatively concise, but do please check out the tutorial, which we'll be posting soon for this car, where we dive deep on the features. We'll go over every button inside the car. With that said, thank you so much for checking me out. Please consider subscribing and like this if you enjoyed. And please consider sharing with a friend or family member that may benefit. With that said, that's Brian signing out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.